Yay! I think we got it.
I think so.
I think so. If we're
I hope
just
so.
we're just talking to
Talk to
ourselves.
ourselves. Hey, it's like a regular phone call. There.
For real. Let me see. Is it showing? Do I have to be online? Wait. I mean, you know
Probably.
what I'm just
Probably.
yeah, yeah.
I think so.
Hey, we're matching.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Why can't I see myself? I mean, I can, but you know what I mean. Okay, there we go. Finally, I was like, I'm just trying to see. Okay, there we go. I am here. Okay.
They're here.
Okay, finally. Hello.
An hour later, hello.
Hello. Okay.
Welcome to my podcast.
It, people who watch already know that I'm a hot mess. It's we just taking it one step at a time.
Hey,
You know.
one
Don't
step forward, 8 steps back. Yeah, whatever.
we're it's a work in progress. All right, we now
Yeah.
we doing the computer thing where I can what I'm
They're
saying.
like,
The
they're like
production
computers are
level
brand new.
is
They're acting like
level.
computers are brand new. They're like, we're doing the whole like computer online thing. It's new, like it's it's something that we've never done before. The
We
technology just came out. We're on the we're still working out the bugs.
we're getting this. All right, we're it's a slow progression. All right.
Definitely a slow burn.
Yes. So don't judge me. But do you want to introduce yourself?
The Overlord. Yeah, I'm really like I don't know. So Overlord, how's it going, everybody? Whoever's possibly watching. Uh, Lene. I don't know if you'll like insert like description box of how you or however you do things for like people to find, but you can look me up on um, YouTube, Instagram, under Black Sheep BLK SHE Black Sheep. Well, actually, it's the accent E. Black Sheep. I do like reactions and stuff like that. Podcast sometimes, I guess stuff like that. So check me out. Instagram, Black Sheep Digital. Just got TikTok. It's also under Black Sheep Digital. All should be linked up and all that good stuff like that. So,
Where did you decide that name? You froze. And maybe it's my internet again. You froze. You froze. Oh no, he froze. Well, just wait. I think he's on freezing.
These hip hop group called actually, I'm like all the way below, CK.
Hold on. I think it's me. I think it's my internet. There you go.
It says that red.
Huh?
It says it's red on the bottom.
Oh,
It's yellow now.
Oh.
It's yellow now. But no, so there's like this 90s hip hop group that I liked called Black Sheep. And when me and my co-host Big AR were trying to like come up with like names for our podcast or whatever, we settled with what I was wanted it. I wanted the podcast to be named Big Trouble in Little Podcast.
No, that's a good one.
Because I like Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
And so I came up with that, and I actually found out someone else had that name, and like we still kind of use it every once in a while, but like it's not really like something that we use a lot. But someone else like had come up with that. Like how you think you're so creative, and then like you
yeah.
something. Somebody has had it for like 5 years. Like dang, I've never heard anybody else use that before. But I think they only had like 2 or 3 subscribers at the time, and like most of the videos had like 1, 2 views. It wasn't like some big.
Yeah, it wasn't a big.
Yeah. And so, but I always wanted like Black Sheep to be the name of like either the company or just like or like Black Sheep presents Big Trouble in Podcast, something like that. So I always had the idea for Black Sheep. I wanted it to be spelled differently, and so that's how I came up with the way that I spell it now. And so I think it's pretty cool. You know, like we kind of like a little hiatus for a little bit, but I'm back to like doing like reactions now, just because I got these lights that I got set up, whatever. So it's pretty legit.
Yeah, I got my my
Do you have
light.
a name for like?
Huh?
I was gonna say, do you have a name for like
Yeah,
your Twitch stream?
my Twitch name is Ham Sandwich Podcast.
Ham sandwich podcast.
Yeah. Hold on, you froze again, so I'm gonna wait.
And this is where I leave.
You're like, just see the low zoom out. No, so we decided you're frozen, but I think you can still hear me. Can you? Hold on, everything is freezing. It's my internet probably.
I hear you. You're good.
Okay. So I was gonna start a podcast with a friend, and we decided with Ham Sandwich because we had we worked retail, and so we had they had us set up this tree, right? And so our job just sells like a whole bunch of stuff. And so we sold all the Christmas trees. Then the only one that we were left with was the little janky one with a broken leg, right? And so we just named her Ham Sandwich, right? We named the tree Ham Sandwich. So and so we just like we're like, hey, let's just make this podcast and make it called let's call it Ham Sandwich, and here we are.
Okay.
Yeah, so all my logos are little ham sandwiches.
That's cool.
Yeah.
My logo, I drew my logo, and then I had a friend of mine like they make a digital rendition of it. So it's like a circle, and it has like in one corner it has like a cookie. We're going to do like cooking segments and stuff like that, which we haven't done yet.
Cool.
And then has music, has like a CD, because like most of us into music, because like we had like a group at one point. We're still kind of there, but we're not all doing this, not really doing a whole lot right now. And then on the other side, or the top side, is like wool, like for the sheep. And then the other bottom side is like a movie reel, because I'm really into like a movie buff. So I'm really into movies, so it's like made like a circle. And then I had like the wool coming up to where it looked like it was like actual like wool. So
okay.
It was, yeah. So like I drew it. I was like, man, I'm trying to figure out how to make this like look better. And then like I forgot how to do a home with it. That's like digital graphics and stuff like that. And like so I sent it to him. He made it, and I was like, yo, this is dope. Like, he made it fast. So I was like, bro. I was like, I don't think it's gonna take like a week or so. He made it like a couple of days. He was done. I was like, what? Work fast, you know. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I made mine. I'm like on this website called Canva, which is like for graphic designers and all that. And yeah, you can download it on your phone, but I use it to just make like little graphic. Cause like last year I was on like a graphic design kick. I just picked up the hobby. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a graphic designer this summer. And I just started messing with it. Huh?
You don't be an archaeologist anymore.
Yeah. So I'm just you know what's so funny? I'll tell you a story right now. But so yeah, I just started. I was just like, I started getting into it. So I've gotten a lot better with graphic design. So I basically do all my logos and everything. It's hard sometimes because I'm just like, it takes me like a couple of hours to like really perfect it how I want it, but it's gotten a lot better. So hopefully, I'll send you the picture of my little logo. So cute.
Yeah, I'll check it out. So now that I got somebody else
so cute. Is my son.
I was like,
you're like, what the fuck?
I want to make like almost like chibi characters.
That's so cute.
Like I don't know, like I can draw and all that, but it's like proportion size is weird for me to do it. I always feel like I put way too much detail.
Yeah.
And like me doing it, so like maybe if somebody else did it, it might look better. Like I have the idea and everything, but just like how it would look. I think that'd be pretty dope. But yeah, I'll stay in touch with that.
Nice. Yes, my sister knows how to draw like chibi characters, but that bitch never wants to do it for me. And I was like, draw me, because I wanted like me chibi.
Do you pay her?
No.
You pay her?
No, she babysits my son, so.
That's why. Yeah.
And I don't pay her for that either.
Do more work for me for free. What? No, no, thank you.
It's basically what she ended up doing. She's like, okay, and then never does it, which is rude.
Yeah, I got you.
It's rude. It's rude. How
it's
dare
rude to expect somebody to do stuff for free.
It's just, how dare she not do it
all the time? Yeah.
It's just like so rude of her. But
we're on her. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I blame her. I totally blame her for the fracture she caused in her family. I'm joking. I'll deep it shit now.
I like that. You got dark.
No.
Real quick.
Nah, she's doing her own thing. Just
she's trying to grow, but you keep pulling back. Hey, do this for me.
Nah. Don't you put that on me. Don't you put it? Don't you? No. Don't you put that shit on me.
I was like, I couldn't see my pocky stick in there.
Oh.
I was like, where'd it go?
Don't you? I will always support her.
She's trying to like leave the nest. No, come back.
I did tell her that. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with my son? I was like, what am I supposed to do with him?
No, watch him.
I was like, I can't be a single parent. I need you.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's Ariana. It's the 26-year-old. No, 24. My bad. And I was like 26. Oh no, she's 24.
So I guess people don't know because I've never been there before, but you and I go back pretty far.
Oh yeah, we do. When I was like 20, yeah, because that's when I dated Lupe. That's how I can remember how far we know each other. I was just like, what boyfriend did I meet you at?
What stage of my life was this guy in that I could play shit? I imagine like you have to like associate me with him to like.
No, I met you. No, I met you first.
No, but like to remember how long.
Yeah,
like,
sorry.
That guy. That's the guy that I was dating when I met you. So.
Yeah, rest in peace, Lupe.
Yeah. Well, why did all your boyfriends want to beat me up?
I don't know, dude. What is wrong? What's wrong with you? What's wrong? What was wrong with you that pissed these people off? Not joking.
I did nothing.
I know. I know Andrew had it the worst for you. Because that's when I stopped talking to you. My bad. Sorry. I apologize.
That looks so bad from your viewers.
I know. But look. I broke up with him. Well, he broke up with me.
Did you? Okay.
Well, he cheated on me.
There you go.
But I ended up breaking up. So I technically still broke up with him.
I mean.
He's married now to that girl.
Yeah, I remember.
And as a baby. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
Do you see me on your feed? Shout out to you.
You probably watch me. Shout out. Hey, bro. Still talking to her.
JJ! My son's over there choking in the background. He's fine.
He's fine. He's okay. So I'm such a 90s parent. He'll be fine.
I am, kind of. A little bit. He's a little fine. Because my mom be overreacting sometimes. So, Are you done choking? And so...
If you notice, like, though, they're always like, with you, they're like, yeah, whatever. Your grandkids. Oh my gosh. Stop. No.
Oh my god.
You can't take that. Yeah.
You have no idea what happened the last time this little boy got sick. I was just like, why?
Is that why the world stopped for like 6 days?
Huh?
Stop the world. Is that why the world stopped for 6 days?
I guess so. No, she was... Because I was working, and then she's like, no, he threw up, come back, right? And I was like, he throws up, he's a kid, whatever, Like, kids throw up all the time.
Yeah.
And then, what's it called? So I go, I get to the house. She's holding my baby, crying. And I was just like,
Y'all need a moment. Did I come in at the wrong time?
She's crying, and I'm like, ma'am, he probably has like a stomach virus or something. It's not the end of the world.
Probably should be holding him that close, like.
And then she's like, "This is your fault that he's sick." And I was like, "Yeah, thank you."
He got this literally from anywhere. It's your fault.
He actually got it from his dad because his dad had the stomach flu, and then he took care of the baby. The next like 2 days later, and I didn't even think about him transferring to him. And then, I think the next day, that's when he got it. So that's where
So it is your fault. Okay, so it's your fault. I agree with your mom. So your mom was
it's not my fault. But she's like, you don't feed him. That's why he threw up. I'm like, ma'am, how does that make sense?
This was all stomach acid.
I wanted to fight her. I wanted to fight my mom that day.
You would have lost. You can't fight.
I know I can't fight, but I was just like, and then we went to the doctor. The doctor's all like, you're fine. Here's some medicine, liquids, get the fuck out, right?
Get out.
And then, so he was still in pain. He's in the background. And then, so we go to the hospital because he's still like in pain, so I was like, okay, something is more, there's something major, right? Mm-hmm. Still the same thing, right? We were in the hospital for 3 hours just to tell me the same thing the doctor told me, right? And I was like, okay, well, now we know for sure. And she kept blowing up my phone, and I was like, ma'am, I'm with this baby.
She's like, how's my son doing? What? That's it. What? No. My baby.
I know. I was just like, you so damn concerned, you come to the hospital because I haven't ate all day.
You sit here like, what is happening? Why are we?
That was just like,
why are we doing this right now?
But yeah, my mom's a little extra with this baby. Just a little.
So I don't have kids. My mom's birthday. A lot of the oldest in my family have birthdays in August, and so we have a big thing, whatever. Because there's 5 of them all in August, all close family, whatever. So we usually have some kind of get together, whatever, for the August birthdays. And so we're driving to Georgetown, just to go hang out. And I remember being back in the days, when we're in the car, it's don't make a mess, don't do this, don't do that, whatever. My niece is in the background, in my car, she's in the background, just chewing on funnies, just dropping chips everywhere. I was like, don't do that. I don't want chips all over my car, She's just dropping chips everywhere.
That's funny.
And I was like, Brooklyn, don't do that. And I was like, why are you so mean? Why are you? I'll give you some money to clean your car. Why are you so mean? And I was like, what?
Yeah, they never wanted I'm like, we can put hey, this is a no.
Yeah. Who are you? Why? Don't what? Anything I say was why are you so mean? Stop being like that. They're kids. Yo, when I was a kid, if the stuff that you did now, if the stuff you did then now, you'd be in jail. I'm not gonna encourage my mom, but the stuff you did back then, if you did it now, you would be in jail. But it's okay for me to but it's mean for me to say I don't want chips all over my car. It's.
I know. Sometimes my son would, you heard, he starts yelling, right? Mm-hmm. And my mom's like, and I'm like, no, don't do that, or something he does. And then my mom's like, why are you telling him something? And I was like, because he's acting a damn fool. I was like, I can still discipline my baby.
I've been us. We got popped in the mouth, chocolates with a can't fly, but no.
My mom hates it when I bring up her doing anything to me, just disciplining me. She's like, I never did that. I we got into an argument last time because she had to go somewhere. Ariana had to go somewhere, and I did too, right? Mm-hmm. And so the younger two were going to be home alone, but they're 16 and 12, so they're
oh my gosh,
big girls, right? And so she's like,
are they that
she's
old? Jeez.
Yeah, they're old now. You remember they were little babies?
How ancient. Jeez.
Yeah. Samantha just had her sweet 16, and Victoria's turning 12. Or she's 12. She's turning 13 pretty soon.
Goodness.
But
Anyway.
So I was just like, well, I have a dinner to go to. And then she's like, well, I don't care. And I was like, oh, God, excuse me. I was like, whose kids are these? Because I'm taking mine.
Yeah.
And then I told her, I was like, well, they can stay home alone. Like, I'm done. What did you say?
Whose kids are these? Not mine.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was like, someone get them kids. But
like Macaulay Culkin did it for 2 movies. They can't do it for an hour. Like, come on.
And I told her, I was like, well, I'm like, when I was their age, you left me home alone with Ariana. And then she's like, you're always talking about your trauma. I wasn't even trying to this time. I was legit just like, hey, this is a suggestion.
It's been done before. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I was just like, we got the dog, we got the bird, like, somebody will stop the intruder. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so my family's pretty close. So it's like my mom, my aunts, my 2 aunts, and then my uncle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my mom and my aunts all have kids that are like over 21. And so like, and then like it starts like getting back into like the younger, like I think the next oldest is, he might be 17 or 18.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's like a huge divide between like a used to a 3-year gap between the one that like stopped that's over 21 and then like after that. So all of us who were born in the 90s, we all talk about how like, we got like mass beatings, you know what I mean? Like if one more person comes in, everybody gets a whooping type of thing, And so they're like, we never.
No, they have amnesia. Yeah, they completely forgot about leaving us alone.
Yeah.
And like me taking care of my other sisters.
I would never. I was like, you remember when no, that never happened.
Yeah, no, they completely forgot about that.
Everybody's story the same except for yours now. Like I could like stop, and they would be able to continue the story because they know exactly what happened. And it's like, no, we never whooped y'all.
No,
I never got a whooping before. That's never been a thing. We don't believe it.
I was like, so I don't have. So I just randomly got trauma, Mom.
So I just scar on the back on my back. No, no scars.
I have all this baggage that I have to tell new partners out of nowhere. I just picked it up in the airport.
Yeah.
I was like, I will be an abused child today.
It's like I don't think Stephen King could come up with like the type of stuff that just like happens. It's like your like my imagination is not that great.
Yeah.
I'm creative. My imagination is not that good.
Yeah.
Just come up with complete lies out of nowhere. No. You're lying. So it's just funny how like they're just like, nah. Like we've like all the old stuff, they're like got together, like gone out to eat or whatever, and just talk about that. You remember when back in the day we did this or that happened or whatever. And then my aunt will post something like trying out punishments on the older kids to see how they work out. Like we were like test subjects. like,
oh, for sure I was.
Yeah. You got beat. I was like, well, that didn't really work. Let's try this next time. Like, what? How come I couldn't have that test run? I had to have the rush one.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel. My sisters are going to charter schools.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're they got the cute little uniforms, and my sister just whatever the baby wants, especially the smallest one. And then trash. After my mom had the second one, basura. They just really went in and I'm still fucking dealing with that shit. Like that's why it took forever because I had to go take my sister to get vaccinated.
You had to take it.
And I was just like, I registered her. I do everything. That's why I get mad at that lady because I'm like, ma'am, whose babies are these?
Yeah.
Because I remember I only gave birth to one baby.
Right.
And he's over there, hopefully not getting into anything.
She didn't have like a 26-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 12-year-old all
No,
at the same time. No, okay.
no.
I don't know. I don't know if you were there in the delivery rooms. So
Maybe I
you,
wasn't. Maybe I don't remember. I
had
thought
too
I was
much
in
love for
Mexico when
me.
the 16-year-old was born, but I guess not. I was in Houston. So annoying.
Yeah.
I love my mama, but yeah, she definitely.
Oh, yeah. Like my mom's birthday yesterday. I love my mom, but it's just like
Oh yeah.
you can't. You can't just like act like nothing ever happened.
Oh yeah.
Why are you living in the past? What?
Yeah. When she told me, she's like, "Why are you bringing up your trauma again?" I'm like,
Bring up old stuff. I'm like what?
our mom's really told us to let it go.
Really? Like this ain't no Frozen. This ain't Frozen. I need you to own up to what the stuff.
It was like, we need to go to therapy, mom. We need to talk about this.
We need some family therapy because I am shook.
I was like, we went through a lot. We need to acknowledge that.
Like if they were just like, you know what, you're right. You know, I was a new parent. You know, I did some things that, like, you know.
She does that to me from time to time, where she's like, I made a lot of mistakes. I really did. And I'm like, okay, you're still making them out. We still having arguments.
You haven't learned. You haven't learned at all. You're still making the same mistakes. What? That's funny.
Oh my god.
Like, when are you gonna change though? Like, have you tried that yet? You tried changing? Tried being a better person?
They're like, what's that? Get exchange.
Is that exchange? What? No, we don't have refunds. Refunds around here. You still have your receipt? This is only valid for the first 10 years of your life.
No, no. Honestly, growing up, and I know like our conversation is about the bro code, but I think this is so funny. Growing up, like being grown, like with my mom, and like growing up and being an adult right now, is probably one of the funniest moments in my life. And I think I've told you this, but I'm not 100% sure. Where I have to explain my mom about a lot of like sex stuff. Like,
I mean, just like if she has questions, she can always ask me.
No, get out.
Because I also don't know.
But like kinks,
it's pretty fine. I've been hit on your mom since like college.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know, which is so sad.
You love her from afar.
He's just such a hater. Like,
me?
Let it happen, bro. Yes, let it happen.
I have a dad. Thank you. Do I want to fight his old ass? Did I tell him I will send him to the nursing home? Absolutely, but he's still my dad.
We can share. Not about sharing.
But no, I've been telling her, like, I forgot what happened, but we ended up with lube in the house, and then I grabbed it from.
Excuse me.
Lube. Yeah, somebody had like a bottle of lube.
I thought you said we ended up with Lupe in the house. I was like.
You're like, whoa.
I was like, how?
You're like, Jesus, stop praying and shit.
How?
We ended up with lube. L-U-B-E. Wait, I was just like, I can't spell.
Yeah, I know.
But, and so I grabbed it and I was like, why does so-and-so, because I don't want to call him out. I was like, why does so-and-so have this bottle? And she's like, what is that for? And I had to explain to her.
How you know? How you know, Coachina? How you know?
No, she knows I am.
How you know?
She's like, what is that?
George Lopez. Huh? How you know? Chocolate buddy.
And then, what else? OnlyFans, I had to explain to her what that was.
Well, OnlyFans is not strictly sexual.
And then I just explained to her why people sell their panties online.
Y'all know. This is all one conversation?
No, this is throughout.
Okay.
Feet pics, people being into feet. And then it was just like, it's just been so funny because every time like a sex question comes up, she's like, back in my day, I was like, Mom, I understand. You just did it one way, and then here I am.
You have one position.
Yeah, one position, and here I am.
Popped out 6 kids and like let it go. I get it. Whatever. That's not how it works.
But yeah, it's been so funny to to just like talk to her about sex, and
I'm
me
glad
having to explain to her like, no, mom, this, if some man tells you this, you say no. But
I mean, she don't have to tell me no.
yes, she does.
She just tell me what she prefers.
No, she's
I'll work with her. I mean, I'm down.
no,
I can't remember.
no. It's okay. Don't do
we,
that.
we never finished talking about why all your exes used to hate me.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I honestly do not know. I think it's because you were a guy and they were just threatened by our friendship or something. That has to be it. Because my baby daddy doesn't really care.
Well, I don't really know.
Well, you met him once.
Yeah, I met him one time, and he definitely seemed different from the other ones that's used to.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
And so I guess I was.
He's more nerdy. He definitely. And so anytime I have a tech question, I'm like computer stuff here.
I have glasses. I need you to come over here and
math questions. I ask him all the time. I'm just like,
need an IT guy.
He's basically my IT guy. Where I was just like, hey, JJ.
Is he your get IT guy too? Get it?
Stop it. ¿Qué estás haciendo?
You know that was good. Shut up.
Go watch Cars.
You just dismiss your child. Go watch some of Disney.
All he watches is Disney movies.
Yeah. Yo, my little cousin was so into Cars when it came out. All he used to say for because he was like maybe like 2 or 3 when it came out. All he would say for like a good 6 months was "ka-chow."
Oh my god, that's so cute.
He would no, it wasn't. He would say "ka-chow." He would say "ka-chow," and if you asked him what he would want to eat, he would say pancakes. But that was the only other word he would say.
Pancakes and ka-chow.
Pancakes and ka-chow. It's like, okay, what do you want? Pancakes. It's like, is that it? Ka-chow. If you don't what do you want to drink? Ka-chow. I'll hit you.
That's hilarious.
You're getting nothing. I guess all he would say was just ka-chow and pancakes. That's all he would say.
That's so cute.
No.
Yes.
No, it's not. You think it's cute so like all you heard for like the last 15 questions was ka-chow or pancakes.
That's true. I would fight my baby.
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant. But
that's funny. That is a little funny.
Yeah, no. No.
My son likes very particular movies. He likes Disney movies, but he likes very like specific movies. And then if he doesn't want those movies, he'll start crying, and then we have to find one that he'll eventually like. But he doesn't like trying new stuff. And I'm just like, son,
he doesn't like trying new stuff.
We'll be like, here, you want to try? I put on Shrek, and he started crying because he starts screaming in the first like scene, like roaring. He got scared.
Roaring?
Yeah. That's what he does. How would you describe it?
No, it was just like I was just trying to picture it. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was like the first scene. He's like starts screaming, and then my son's just like, "What the fuck?"
Well, the thing that like always trip me up about stuff like this, like I don't like trying anything new. Well, how do you know about this thing?
What thing?
And like.
Oh, I was just like,
some people are like, I don't like trying like things new, but like they'll like one particular thing. But like, how did you know you like that? It was new at one point, you know. And it's like so it's been like weird concepts. Like, when does stuff stop being new for you?
I think it had like
no more new things.
With his favorite movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Nice.
We put it on because we're like, we don't know what to put on him, right? Because he was like way smaller, and we were at a Halloween party. And then, so I wanted to play with my friend. We're playing board games, and I was like, shit, I need something to entertain him.
I wanted to play with my friends.
I was like, something keep my baby entertained. So we put Spider-Man, and he loved it since the beginning. He was just like,
that was new.
Yeah, big, shiny, beautiful colors. I mean, fantastic animation. and
Yeah.
then he's loved that movie ever since. Really, that's like if I put Spider Man, he'll be like watch it like a million
Yeah.
times. That's his movie.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the actor getting canceled?
Which actor?
The voice actor for Spider Man, Miles Morales.
For
I think he said something
what
about
happened?
like Rosa Parks, like not something about Rosa Parks. What is his name? Miles. I know his name's not Miles Morales.
Mm, it's weird. I'm out with names. You know that.
Miles Morales, voice actor.
I mean,
Uh,
technically, Rosa Parks did just sit down, you know, but because they also had where there was a this pregnant woman who had refused before her,
mm-hmm.
but because she was unwed at the time, that wasn't like their ideal spokesperson or their ideal face for you know the movement, so they didn't choose her. So it's not like she was the first person to do that, or the
Yeah.
first person to use. So if it was something along those lines, I agree. But if he was like, oh, it also just was what to say. But I could also probably just agree and
Okay.
get canceled as well. We don't know.
He said that suggested that racism wasn't a factor in the Floyd murder and questioned how black people can avoid being killed.
Wait, that's what the question was. Or that's what he
That's
said.
what he said. That's what I can't find the original tweet.
And he said what now?
That hold on, let me see. Where's the original tweet? I don't give a shit. Sorry. Okay, I'm trying
So
to.
angry.
I know. I just hate when they don't. Can I get the tweets or y'all just? Let me see. Okay. I think he said I need to read that because I know he said something about Rosa Parks, but I can't find that one anymore. He says, "See, I have a very strong opinion that black community hates to hear, but needs to hear. We need to learn how to deal with police and or racism because this is the part of the scenario we have failed to fix." So
Just learn
basically
to deal
saying
with them.
that I think basically he said like did he die
Well,
because he's black or did he just die because of
so
oh shit.
if you want to know, there's like actual like
Yeah, he basically saying like we can't
racism
blame everything on
behind.
racism. I'm like, but we can. But we can.
We can we for sure we can, yeah. Uh, but if it had been like the first incident from that cop regarding race, then
Oh
yeah, then it
yeah.
wasn't. So he can't say that was like the first time that ever happened, and like there has been incident like well there has been incident since, but that had been like the
Hold
first
on,
time
my
that
child's acting a
it
damn
happened.
fool. Hold on. I'll be
It's fine.
back.
Well, for y'all, I was gonna say that. If it was the
Hey, you
first
got the
isolated
pickle?
incident, then I can be
Put
like,
it over there.
yeah, that's you know the first time that it happened, and we should look at how he's dealing with things as just an officer. But the fact that it wasn't the first time that that had come up, or like even some of the other videos that we see, like they profile people on like black people on things that like it's like not even. So there's a video that popped up, uh, and it said like it was like showing a cop had like his camera on or whatever, and the cop walks up to the
Ouch.
to the car, and the guy said, or the cop goes, "Do you?" He goes, "This is your car," and the guy's like, "No, it's a rental." And he's like, "Okay." He goes, "How do you turn it on?" They give you like a key fob or something. Like he showed like the rental pass and all that. He tries to start the car up, showing the cop how to do it. He goes, "Oh," cop goes, "Okay." He goes, "Do you have any weapons in the car?" And he's like, "No." No, so we don't have anything. This is why we're being stopped. And he asked like several times why he's being stopped, but like the cop never really answered. And then the cop goes, "Well, does your friend over there have any weapons?" Like, no, sir, I told you we don't have any weapons in the car, anything like that. So he goes, okay. He goes, well, I'm going to let you know that it smells like weed in here. I see shake on the ground, and the guy's like, we don't have any drugs at all, you know. And the cop's like, well, you're saying that, but I smell weed in there. That's not shake on the ground right there. And the guy's like, no, there's nothing there, you know. And so like, cop like ask him to get out the car, which, you know, there has to be like a reasoning. Like you can't like pull me over and just decide to like frisk my car, then like, you know, or something like that, or see what I have on me. Like, it has to be a reasoning for me to be detained and all that. And so the cop never provided any of that. And he like got out the car, went to go search or whatever, and they actually obviously didn't find anything because the guy said there's nothing in the car before. And then they ended up like it got sued. The two guys who were in the car ended up suing the police station for like wrongful arrest and all that stuff, because like the cop put them in handcuffs to like quote unquote see what was in the car when there was nothing in there, and they sued and won. But it's like, if it was just an isolated incident, like this had never happened before, I could see them being like, okay, that's, you know, we gotta really look into that. It could, like, is it racism or is it just one thing? But the fact that it happens all the time, the fact that it happens, you know, I'm not gonna be like it happens like 9 times out of 10. No, it happens a lot, and the fact that because now that's being recorded more often, not that it's just started up, but the fact that it's being recorded more often shows that it wasn't just an isolated incident or a one-time thing, that it happens, you know, a lot and like all over the place, and no one's really wanted to hear or talk about it. It's just, well, I mean, it's over. It's done. I literally heard some guy when they were having like protests still after George Floyd. Some guy, I was working at this gas station. This guy walks in. He's like, I don't see why they're still protesting. It's over. The guy went to jail. I was like, they're not just protesting that one isolated.
That's why I was just like, it's not just him.
Yeah,
it's it's literally all these cases of like police brutality, of you know police just are being like overhanded with the way they arrest people and do things, and that's just not him. Because I'm like, obviously there needs to be a what do you call it, like reformation? No, I'm trying to think of the word, like reform. There you go. I was like, there's gonna be a reform with police and how they handle things, and you know, more universal like training, and it should not take like less than a year to be a cop, you know. Like, I think it's like less than 2 years. I want to say it's less than 2 years.
Well, someone was saying like, and like I looked up, and they're talking about it takes longer to be a barber than it does to be a cop. Like, you have to take more training hours to be a barber than you have to be a police officer.
It's just
and
ridiculous.
That's like because like you literally have people's lives in your hand and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Things go down, so you definitely should have to have a lot more training in that area. Because like if you notice, like a lot of these things, like cops are like supposed to like be able to like de-escalate situations, and most of them do not. Most of them only aggravate the situation further. Most of them are not trained properly to like de-escalate what's going on, to first off figure out what's up, and then to assess the situation, all that stuff like that, and then properly handle it. So so I got to like this altercation with a customer one time. I'm so used to saying guest. A customer one time when I was working at the gas station, and like I was about to walk out and beat this dude up, right? But like my coworker had called the cops, and like at this time, like I had my work shirt on, took my work shirt off. So it's like if they'd have pulled up and I just see two black guys beat each other up.
Oh yeah.
You know? Like, it's like, well, I don't know which one is supposed to be, you know, the one that needed help or was called for. So I was like, it's probably better for me to just not react at this time, and just be able to, it's like just assess the situation, whatever, and it's like take a step back and be like, you know, just handle it in a different way than the way I wanted to, or even some guys were like, I'd have done that too. But it's like, you're not in the same situation as I am. You know, you're not rolling, like you're not there defending yourself, because like I was assaulted. You're not there defending yourself and like having somebody come up like not knowing what's going on. You know, like it could have been anybody, but you know, the cop who came to help was a white guy. You know, so it's
Yeah.
just like, not to say that black guy wouldn't have stopped us from doing all that, or maybe even pulled a gun on us, but still, it's that 50-50 thing where it's like, do they like black folks? Like, where have they been
Mm.
taught that, a lot of black folks are just drug addicts or just trying to like get a handout from the government? Like, there's some people who legitly were
I
raised
used
like
to
that.
work
Like
with
that's
some. I
how,
was just like,
yeah, like that's how, you know, we handle ourselves all the time. It's like, I don't know if we taught you that, my guy, but they need to go back to school too. So
yeah.
for sure. Well, I mean, not here because apparently they want nothing about anything that happened in the past about slavery, and they're just trying to erase all that stuff and trying to like do away with the whole process about it. So it's like maybe somewhere else, not here though, but somewhere else.
Yeah.
Get proper education somewhere else, and and try to educate yourself on actual history and actual stuff that's going on. So.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of like historical erasure of like,
Whitewashing.
black and brown people doing like things for this country. Like they just think they just, plucked, you know, Africans from Africa and then, created them and all that. And, like they made
Created them.
us. But you know what I'm talking about. They're basically like, without us, they would never be civilized. Knowing that the Aztecs and the Mayans and, and
Egyptians.
all Egyptians and all them already had like advanced civilization. It just didn't look like them.
Right.
Like it had the king, it had the aristocrats, it had a lot of the, just
and the whole hierarchy had.
Yeah, like it wasn't just random, brown people in like fucking, Tarzan clothes, line cloths running around with their head cut off. They had a purpose to everything.
Yeah. They had weaponry and all that. It just wasn't the weaponry just wasn't as advanced as the people who were doing the taking over, the colonizing force. So that's how you lose.
I mean,
but
I think I don't know what you think with colonizing, like colonizing. How do you say that? Yeah, I don't know. It's close enough. I'm like, it sounds weird. I mean, with that, like if like especially with Mexico when Hernan Cortez took over, like what could we really win? Because they didn't have the gun technology. That's basically the only reason they won is because they had guns.
That's what I'm saying. Like
disease.
They had more advanced weaponry, so it's just like they were able to beat the force with something that they couldn't like combat. So
yeah.
The bigger the gun, the more you're gonna get. You feel me?
Yeah, unfortunately. Every time I get sick, I just tell my family, I'm like, it's because I'm indigenous, and that's just, my body's not used to diseases.
Facts.
I don't know if I assume I am. I'm a little brown, So I'm assuming I do have some indigenous.
I assume there's something in there.
Yeah, I was like, I'm assuming I am indigenous, because, I don't know. There's a mix. There's a little bit of colonizer in me, but
I want to take that out. Oh, you mean like the line? My bad.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I was telling my son, I was like, I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry that your daddy's, because his dad's like really like, well, you seen his dad, he's like super light skinned, and I was like, I'm sorry, son.
Yeah.
You should have been a proud indigenous little boy. But here we are.
You can be proud of his hair, dude. Really.
Oh yeah.
You can't just like. I'm sorry, son. I failed you.
I failed you. His dad hates when I make jokes like that. He's like, that's not funny. I was like, it's a little funny.
That's funny.
Because he's Mexican. He's Mexican, but he's light skinned. But he's like super. Like my son is light compared to me, but he's dark compared to his dad.
Yeah, and he's in between. He's in the middle.
He's in the middle. Oh, so cute. But yeah, I was just like, sorry, son. There you go.
maybe you'll darken up later in your life, but as of right now, this is
This is the
the best
darkest
we
you'll
got.
go. Yes, idea. But yeah, no, I mean, Javier's proud of being Mexican,
Yeah.
and you know, it's a
So
beautiful little Mexican
let's
name.
get this topic that you had about the bro code. I'm
Okay,
curious now.
do you think it still exists? Okay, do you think it exists?
I think it still exists.
Yes, or do you think as we get older, do, does it exist to older people? Like, do you think people are still going by a bro code, and you think as we get older, do you think we stop, being like, that's the bro code, you can't do that?
Okay, so I have questions first. So when you say us or
Men.
we, like, you're like, okay, I know you're like including yourself because like
No, I
I
don't got
know
no
like
bro code. I'll be
sometimes
cinching on motherfuckers. It'll be like, yeah,
no
it was him.
well like I know like sometimes when we'll be like, well, we have a girl code. It's like, girl code doesn't really exist.
I think girl code is a little different because with bro code, it's more like what you can and cannot do with certain situations regarding your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And with women, it's more like, you're coming to the bathroom with me so I don't get raped. That's basically what girl code is.
It's a safety thing.
Yeah, it's a safe. It's more of a
that.
safety thing. Then I mean, maybe don't sleep with your friend's boyfriend, but the main thing of the girl code is safety first.
And like, okay, so I'll say this. That's bro code is definitely, I feel, it's not like a you know how governments you have like federal laws, whatever they are, like state laws. It's kind of like that, to where there's like a dome, like mandated laws. Like, okay, so a governmental law of like bro code would be that when you go to like the restroom and there's like 3 urinals, you don't stand next to you don't stand next to the guy.
I've heard that. I was like, y'all are weird.
So that's like a governmental law, but like the state law would be like what you and your homeboys, and y'all would have like, something that y'all come up with like in your particular group of friends. So it definitely does still exist, and I would say that definitely the the governmental like the federal law of bro code definitely doesn't change, because like I said, there's a lot of things that we just don't do, even like if we don't know the other guy, there's just certain things we don't do. And then there's also state level, where if so there's this YouTuber, his name is Hot Damn I Rock, right? And he was talking about how him and his boys, was it him or somebody else? I think it was him. I got the I think I'm getting, because it was a while back. But it was him and his boys were talking about how, it's him. They have a thing between them where if, let's say, one of the guys gets like a girlfriend, and that girl pursues one of the friends in the group, right? Like on like behind behind the back type thing. She pursues one of the guys in the group, and he is given permission by all the other guys to have sex with her, and then has to immediately tell the guy whose girlfriend is what happened, because and like he's not allowed to pursue her himself, but if she pursues him, then it's allowed, because if she's gonna do it to his friend, his homeboy, she's definitely gonna do it to somebody else.
Yeah,
she's definitely brought somebody else. So you can go ahead and smash. That's fine, and then just let us know, let everybody know what happened, because it's like like I said, she's gonna get it for somebody else anyway. So if that's not, if you want to smash whatever, then go ahead and find. But you can't get mad at the situation because he pursued. But if the guy were to pursue, it's a different, it's like a clause in that, he can't pursue her and she say yes. She has to pursue him and he say yes to do it. So it's definitely like with friends or whatever. It's we have like our own little individual like clauses or whatever, or chapters, or like or whatever in the bro code. And then there's stuff, but yeah, it's definitely still a thing that
Okay.
people do.
Do you think as
I'm
we get older, like us being 30 plus, you think like men are still listening to the bro code, or doesn't like lessen up as we get older? Your
nah
experience as
like
a old man.
our expectations of, excuse me.
No, joking. We're like the same age, right? 30?
I think I'm 31.
Okay, see?
So so wait, ask your question again, because that threw me off.
Then you're like, whoa. No, I
Hold
said,
on.
you think the bro code is still like valid even like 30 plus, like being an
Oh
adult?
yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah, for sure,
So they're still
for
like,
sure.
don't do this, do that, and all that. And do you discuss the bro
Yeah.
code, or is it just like a inherent thing that just
Like
happens?
we don't like wake up one day but like, yes, we have decided these rules in our minds and we all agree. We're not hive minded. We have to you definitely have to like come up with like, it's like, so okay, so like I'll give you an example. So we have a mutual friend, and
Mm-hmm.
our boy CT Creations. Yeah, you probably know who he is, but I like I don't really use his full name. We don't know him by that name. But we had a thing where, because they were both big guys, or the other one, the Andrew had a problem with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we're both big guys, and so we're like, yo, if like our bro code, like our little excerpt in the bro code was that if we're ever going somewhere, and like, let's say it's like him and I and somebody else, right? Where if unless it's like your girl that's with us or whatever, um if we're riding together, then we always have shotgun. We have like ultimate shotgun, because we're both big guys. Like I'm not sitting in the back, because like,
Yeah.
first off, like, I'm taller, and so my knees gonna be cramped anyway, and like he'll be cramped in the back. So like if we ride together, then we have ultimate shotgun with each other, and that's something that we came up with maybe like 10 years ago, 10 15
Jeez.
like 10 12 years ago, and to this day it's still in effect. To this day it's still in effect. Like
But do you
that
like
has
talk
not
about it?
changed.
You're like, you know what? We're both big dudes. Like, let's just.
Yeah, like yeah, yeah, I because we were going somewhere, and we were like riding with a bunch of people, and like I think I ended up like I think he was driving, and I ended up in the back seat. Like it's just how it worked out. And I was just like, this is not happening anymore. Yeah, I'm not happening. This is not going down anymore like this. So like I went to him, and I was like, it's like, yo, I know you don't want to be in the back like that, and I don't want to be in the back like that. So if we're ever riding together, then we'll definitely have like ultimate shotgun with each other. He's like, yeah, you guys, bet. So we agreed on it. We came to agreement. We took a vote, and
Nice, nice. This is
became a law.
interesting to hear.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how the
became a
men come
law.
up with their rules.
Well, I wouldn't say that's how everybody comes, but like definitely there's some kind of process, because it's not just like I was saying about that YouTuber. He wasn't just like, oh, I thought about this, and then like it's almost like, hey, I heard you had the idea, and I agree with it. Like, no, like they had to come to some kind of caucus and meeting, and talk about what happened. So it definitely is talked about. So
Nice.
yeah. And also, I'm kind of like, you're lucky, because I'm kind of like, we know each other as long as we have, because I'm kind of like violating bro code by telling you things, but it's, maybe maybe this will help women understand more about how we devise our bro code. So they're just like, well, that's not really a thing. No, chick, it is. Just because you don't understand it or believe in it doesn't mean it's not a thing. Just because it's something that's not relatable to you doesn't mean it's not real. So
Yeah.
hope this
No,
will help some of those women out there.
yeah, no. I was always being curious about the bro code, because I was like, we're getting older, and we don't really like do a lot of things we did when we were in high school. So I'm like, is it still relevant? Is it still, you
I
know?
would say it's as relevant as long as you're bros. You know, whenever you stop being bros is when that stops being relevant.
Oh
As
wow.
long as you're still bros, that's why I said like women don't like, as far as like the things that women really don't have that much of a girl code, because like I've had to explain to one chick one time about she's like that's not real, and like I literally like I was on the phone with her, and one of my friends comes up and I was like I had answered the question already, and she's like that's not real, and so I put him on the phone and said, hey, she'll ask you a question, and like I don't want to like lead him into it, and be like, hey, you know what if this happens or whatever. I had her completely, asking the question out blind, and he answered exactly how I did. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I go because that's a real thing. That's
That's
it's how
crazy.
it's how it's yeah it's how we conduct ourselves. Yeah, sure. Now there are a lot of violators of the bro code. Don't, just because it's there, I mean, there's a lot of people in jail for breaking laws.
That's
So it's
true.
just like with that, there's a lot of people who do not follow bro code and they are violators. So don't make it seem like just because it's a law that's set up that everybody follows it. No,
Yeah.
that's why jails exist. People don't want to follow rules.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of violators of the bro code.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
I have a question because I've been seeing this a
Okay.
lot on TikTok, and I want to get your perspective as a man.
Okay.
Um, so they say a lot of the time. Sorry, I had to say. Um, the men do things to get other men's validation. Do you agree with that? Like they would date a certain person because, or they wouldn't date a certain person because their homeboys are like, she's a little ugly, she's not, you know. Do you think that's a thing? Do you think that's a thing when it's younger, and then when you get older, you're like, bro, I don't give a fuck? Or
Um, that also falls into okay. It definitely is a thing, but I wouldn't say it's just um. It's not. I won't say it's just something that only men do. You know what I mean? But because there's definitely been women who have liked a guy or whatever, but he might have been like a big dude, and it's just like I can't bring him around my friends, or it might be a black guy or whatever. It's like my friends would never understand. I don't think it's a fetish or whatever or something like that. So it's definitely like there's definitely on both sides where they may not they might do things that to get approval from their friends or don't want to be critical. I want to say the have like criticism put upon them by their friends or whomever it may be. But it's also definitely a mentality thing, you know. Like
mm-hmm.
there could definitely be someone who or a group of friends who aren't as mature as another group of friends. So like they be like, well, we might be 30, like, oh, can't date a fat chick, like my homeboys would mock me if I dated a fat chick or whatever. It's like, bro, like really, like you're 30, my guy. I need you to be
I
happy
think
life
after
together.
30, if you're still thinking like that, I'm be like, look, babe, this is why you're single at 30.
Uh,
You know, I'm not.
it'd be the worst for like they won't even be single. Like they'll have some chick who's like, he's the best. Like I love him. I can't believe he chose me. Like what? Who who hurt you?
Yeah. Everybody
To where
apparently.
yeah, who hurt you to where you thought that this was an acceptable person to be with?
Mm-hmm.
Like how did that work? So it's definitely a mentality thing to where people still think that it's okay
Yeah.
after high school. Like even during high school it's bad, but after high school you're an adult and you still think that way, and that's the crazy thing for me. Because I've had who was it? I don't remember who it was, but it was somebody, and they were like she's cute, for like a big girl, or I've had girls telling me you're cute for a black guy, and I was like, so you just made it like there's a comparison that you like every other black guy that you met is ugly, or like all the black people are ugly, or whatever. And like I just happen to be the one exception, or
That's such a weird
um,
compliment.
yeah,
It
it's
is
not
so
it's not compliment at
weird.
all. It's not compliment. It's a backhand compliment. It's not compliment at all. Like because first of all, like you're like I guess it's like what's the backhand compliment? Like you're complimenting me, but then you're like um disrespecting everybody else
Yeah.
that I know in my community. It's just like I don't know if I can agree with that. I mean, like because first of all, I look like my dad, so
Yeah.
it's more than one of us apparently. It's weird for you to say or mention something like that and have full confidence that what you said is accurate. But it's such a weird thing. But yeah, it's definitely mentality, a mental state.
Yeah, no, I know it's the backhanded compliments are one of the funniest things to me. Sorry, I'm like all up on the camera,
There you
but yeah, no, I was trying to think of what I was gonna say. Sorry.
go.
No, I'm just curious. I was just curious about the bro code. Just because I don't know. Like I was watching a lot of like toxic masculinity and type of TikToks and all that.
Toxic masculinity. Yep. Yep. There's also toxic femininity though too. Don't make it seem like.
Hold on, real quick.
Like,
That looks cute.
It does, huh?
That is very cute. Ooh, look
I know
at her.
how.
She a little cut.
I know. She said, I know how.
You heard her?
Watch out. I know how.
It's Tristan. Look at her looking cute.
Who's that?
My little sister Samantha, the one that's 16.
Oh, so you have 4, so I'm not yet 3. But...
Yeah, so it's Ariana right now. She's in the kitchen. Samantha's right here showing me her new clothes. And Victoria's in school.
Okay. So Samantha has a hello. I haven't seen her since she was like, what, 4?
You wouldn't even recognize her.
Probably not.
Mm-mm.
Probably not.
He says hello.
I say hey back.
She says hey back.
The fact she's actually like speaking and like yelling at me, whatever, like running around, I was like, she's so like, hey Tristan, no. I don't know what you're saying.
Do you remember her? Now that you're here, do you remember her being mean? Do you remember me telling you that she was a mean little girl?
Yeah. I remember you saying that.
Because she would be like,
put on the camera. Put on the camera.
No, she said she don't want to, but she was like, she would tell me.
Come on, hey, don't be scared now. But
she used to tell me, she was all like, why were you so mean when I was little? I'm like, because you were a giant douche.
Yeah, I remember you. Was it her or the youngest one that slapped your dad in the face?
That was her.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the small one slapped Andrew in the face.
Ah, okay.
That was hilarious. I was like, he's a baby.
I remember being like, I would never allow that. You came from my balls. Would you ever slap me in the face? Are you serious?
She was like 3 months old.
I don't care.
He's like, hey baby. Care. He's like, bah.
I do not care.
Yeah.
No, I remember that for sure.
She was mean, and she still questions why I was mean to her back.
That's the one. She's the one she looks more like your mom, huh? Or she did.
I don't know. I think we all kind of look like my mom, except Ariana. Wow. Wow.
What? I just stop saying my name, and I just didn't just didn't agree.
I think the smaller ones, right? Victoria. No, Victoria, the smallest one, looks more like my mom. Samantha looks more like my dad's side. Ariana looks like some random family member. I don't know.
This is a cousin we took in.
I think my mom's grandma. Yeah, everybody keeps saying she looks like my mom's grandma. So I was like, I don't know.
You think I should cut them así también?
Así también, tan bonitos.
Yeah, I folded them a little bit actually.
They're cute. Maybe you should get them tailored.
Yeah, but I'm gonna need them for Saturday. So.
Oh, you're fine like that, girl.
Yeah, but you sure looks good.
Yeah.
I don't usually dress like this. I'm a city girl.
Well, she's in the background.
Did you hear?
I didn't hear all of it. No.
She said she's a city girl. She's going to a
she's a city girl. City Trends Rainbow.
You actually got it. Not Tristan calling you out.
Go for your brands, baby. Go for your brands.
City Trends is not it anymore. Sorry, City Trends. It's a little dusty looking now.
Yeah.
Was it ever? Was it ever end?
Well, I don't know. I thought it had cuter clothes, but I was just like, their plus size section is disgusting. I was just like, I don't want to wear, because they have, obviously it's geared towards like African Americans, and so all their like the plus size clothing is just like black is beautiful.
Stop you there.
What?
Never been to Africa. We're black.
Black. I'm sorry, Black Americans. I don't know what's the correct or Black/African. There you go. Because
we're not from Africa.
Oh,
well, we're off back. We have roots here. We have stuff here. We're not dual citizenships or whatever. So we're
okay. That makes sense.
Black folks, Black Americans.
Americans. Okay.
Yeah. People who came from Africa then got citizenship here are African Americans. So.
Let me finish my screen, girl.
Okay. Well,
you look cute. Right? You look cute. Yes, you look great.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Yes. Very cute. Very worthless.
Take that City Trends tag off before you walk outside, though.
She said to take off the City Trends tag before you go outside. That's just me. They'd be like, "Oh, you have a tag on," and I was like, "Oh, my bad." But Black Americans. Okay, now I know. Because I was confused. Because I know there's always been like conversation, especially lately, about like, is it African Americans or Black Americans? But I feel more comfortable saying Black Americans instead of African Americans. I don't know why.
The only people who say African Americans are European Americans. So
no. Speaking about the European Americans, I was driving and then there was a couple of the lighter complexion, and I didn't let them go through. And I was like, you know what? This is me sticking it to the man. All right, because they stared at me, and I was like, y'all should have walked faster, but I'm not gonna let y'all go anyways.
You should have been going across the street. Thank you. Yeah.
I was they had tons of time, but I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just take advantage.
If you weren't carrying the sins of your ancestors, you could probably walk faster, but it's a little heavy for you. That's funny.
Oh my gosh. But back, what were we talking about before my sister came in with her fashion show?
Oh, you're just saying you're curious about bro code and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the bro code and how. Oh yeah, you were saying the toxic femininity or.
Yeah.
Explain that, because I've heard that. I've heard about the men. Sorry, my baby just like opened the door.
It's so toxic femininity. There's a few things that kind of like fall into that. There can be, it's definitely the same thing with like, only dating, and like purpose is one thing, but when you, I guess when like they say, I don't like this certain person or this certain thing, whatever, and then it almost makes them like all of them are like them as a people are like a monolith. So like every person that you come across is like that, the epitome of this is how they all are. This is how they all aspire to be, but everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, first off, and then we get into those, and it's like I said, it's kind of on a little bit of the masculine, but also a good amount on the feminine, to where I'm really not down with like selling, things as far as like, services and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Or to expect those things to be handed to you, or like as far as like OnlyFans on the backhand side of it, or like, these chicks who are on TikTok like, follow my blah blah, email like PayPal me this, or hit me with this amount of money, or cash at me for this reason, for like no reason whatsoever. It's like, you want to say hi to me? Cash at me $50, say hi to me. It's like, really, like, to say hi to somebody have to pay you $50, like that's ridiculous to even
I kind of see what you're saying. I feel like a lot of women, I think that would be like another topic, because I gotta go pretty soon, but but definitely like women just like becoming prostitutes. Like, I am for it. I'm for the legalization of prostitution.
Really?
I am, and I'll tell you why. Because it would make the workers a lot safer. Because it would be a more regulated industry, like every other industry.
So you're saying because it happens anyway, go ahead and like.
Yes, I say regulated. Have the ladies or people who participated be healthy, have access to regular screenings, and not be what's it called?
That's just called porn.
Yeah, yes and no, because it's like people are gonna do it. People are still doing it regardless, right? So I'm just saying for more like a public safety, for them to not be taking advantage of people, people taking advantage of the girls or the people who are working the streets, like the pimps and all that. Just a safer place for them, because people are gonna give up that. People are gonna do that for whatever reason, and you might as well be in a safe place, or in a safe.
So you're saying she's saying like, so when you say regulate, so they have to like have like a building for it,
Not a
or
building, but maybe because like in Amsterdam they have like that little section, like the little red
where?
light district. And
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, yeah.
Okay.
They have the red light, the little red light district where you go there because you're gonna do something, I mean, like I think so. Instead of having them on the streets and exposed to the elements, exposed to danger, how many women have been raped and beaten and killed in that field because there's no real
captured and like held prisons.
Yes.
I was watching something on Snapchat and it's like this prostitute was telling stories about like she had been kidnapped like 4 or 5 times, held for like a couple days at a time, then released. And I was like, why would you still do this?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because
like,
it's
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't
money
do it all, like,
to
the
some of them.
I got kidnapped, it's like the first time I got kidnapped, I was like, bro, like
you're like I'm out.
and he's like, I'm done. I got kidnapped. I'm good. He's like, yeah, I understand. He says, I've quit jobs for less.
You're like, clock out.
I was never held for days on end, and whatever unspeakable things done to me. Like, I've quit for much less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, the fact that you were like, oh, well, that was crazy.
Yeah, no.
All right, I'm back to it. You gotta get back on the ground. Like, no.
Exactly.
What?
But some people don't find that's the only way to make money, or it's easy money, and it's just kind of, it's a cycle. I'm not saying like with her, I don't know her case particularly. I'm sure there's some women who truly enjoy being escorts or prostitutes or whatever you want to call them. But I mean, for the other ones that don't, I mean, I think we should have like a safety net, counseling, like just more of a regulated, it just for public safety. Like, I just want people to be happy and healthy. Like, I'm not over here to start a prostitution land in the United States. I just want people to be.
Well, they kind of have that. It's called the Bunny Ranch.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think I've seen documentaries on them, and they seem like to be totally healthy, regular screenings. Totally safe. Sure. And so that's was like, why can't we just have that for everybody? So that's my thing on that. But I think I know what you're talking about with like the toxic femininity, because do you watch Kev on Stage?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, so I follow him, and sometimes I listen to his podcast. But he always does like little like reactions to like tweets, and like it's always like, if you do this, you're gay. Yeah. And so he's done like several of them where I'm just like, why? He's even like to the point where like, why is everything gay?
Yeah. Like no matter what, like if you like small, like guys who crawfish are gay. Like, I don't eat crawfish anyway, but it's like, what? It's like, yeah, a man brushing his teeth is just kind of gay to me. It's like,
no, there's like, so many things that he's talked about where I'm just like, now we're being extra.
Yeah, it's a little much, Oh, but it's mostly just like, all right. So I guess I don't know if you need to end right now, but
I haven't till 3. 3 is like I gotta go and eat and take care of things. And gotta go to work.
So there's this
donate,
chick
guys. No joking.
Yeah, buy me a cup of coffee. No,
replace my income, please. Oh, good. Continue.
And so it was this girl. She was talking about how if she was with somebody who like like a rich guy, had a lot of money or whatever, and like say he like had like another apartment, he'd set her up in the apartment and like bought a car for her to use, whatever like that, and they break up, and like not like maybe like even a mutual break where it's like, this is just not working out, because of that she felt like he should still have to pay for those things, those amenities, even though she's no longer with him. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I still have to have you up in my apartment. I still have to have you, riding in my car, and I still like give you money to like go get your nails and all that stuff, even though we're no longer together.
No.
And she was like, yeah, I feel like.
Was she hot? Like, only hot girls have the complete audacity to say shit like that. Where I'm just that's when you're too pretty, where you think you can do this. You need to be a little ugly.
Like, I need you to have some blemish. Nah, but my thing is like I don't obviously I find girls attractive, but like with attitudes like that, it's like you're no longer attracted to me.
Yeah.
Like you just ugh to me now. Like it's disgusting. But like some women like in the comments were like they're agreeing with that. It's like, well, if he's able to if he makes this so much, if he makes this much money, then yeah, he should be able to like to still house me and hold me up and all that stuff.
I was like, are we married?
Yeah, and like you know some like when she like asked some girl was like she's like yeah well she's like she said something about like the incentive for him to do that before was because y'all were smashing. You're no longer smashing.
Yeah.
He doesn't owe you anything anymore. You know, so like why would you feel that like that's something he has to do now that y'all are no longer together? You know what I mean? And like she's like, well, I just don't get like you've introduced me into like a whole new tax bracket. You've introduced me into a new lifestyle. You can't just take it away from me.
Yes, I get bitch.
And I was like, that is ridiculous. Like, and like some people actually, like some women actually think that way. Like, whether like, and it's not just women. Like, there are guys for sugar babies. Like, that's definitely a thing that's out there. But like, the fact that you thought that was an okay statement for you to make, and people agreed with it, like made my stomach turn. You know what I mean? It's like it's crazy. And someone was like, just like there was like, well, I just want to be kept. I just want to be, like even if like they seek out these guys to do certain things, it's like, well, that's what I want. I don't want to have to work. I don't want to have to like, do this. I just want to be, I just want to have a lifestyle and do this and have fun forever. Like for me, that's toxic. Like that's that's very disgusting. This is like, well, because then it becomes, if that's your mentality, then you can no longer, if you're being kept as an item, then you can no longer have any say in what you do for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I feel that if you're wanting to be kept, held, coddled, trolled, or whatever, or kept in pristine condition, that means whatever I say goes. Then you no longer have any rights. You're no longer a person. You become a thing. You become an object, and you're okay with being an object. You're okay with being less than human to be kept and put on the shelf and then used whatever and then put back on there, wiped down and like left to pristine condition. That's disgusting to me. And so like the fact that people are just like, yeah, that's what I want. That's what I deserve. It's like, do you? Is that what you're seeing? Like you're like, as a little girl, you're like, I want to grow up to be like actual Barbie doll in our FB, never removed from box and never want to really be touched. I just want to be like kept on, look pretty, and that's.
I mean, and
weird,
our looks
man.
Go like sometimes diseases happen, and what hopefully you keep your looks forever, but you get older and things kind of sagging, things start moving, and
that's when those daddies start putting in money for plastic surgery. But it's like then like how like it's just always going to be every year you have them like a touch up or tune up like a car. Like you're no longer a person. You're either to be continually prepped and pruned and all this other stuff. Where like you just it's crazy. And like for me, this is like, what if he's like, all right, I'm bored of you now. You're like, you're older model,
same thing.
trading you in now, and then it's like you no longer have anything. You're on the street, and that's when you have to like resort to whatever you gotta do.
OnlyFans.
To like, I guess we gotta be that gilf online or whatever you gotta do to be.
Ew, that's a gilf.
Whatever you gotta do to be like to keep that lifestyle. And it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy how I've seen a lot of things, and I've seen like especially with like the BBL epidemic.
Right.
Because everybody's getting it, and like I wouldn't get it because I'm just fat, and I was just like,
you already got a big butt.
I was like, okay, I'm good. But
not everybody's blessed like you, okay?
No, but everybody, like, I get it with certain things, and I always tell my friends this, like, look, I know I'm not an attractive girl, like, whatever. My face looks smooth because of the filter right now. Shout out to Zoom because I didn't even put it on.
Shout out to Zoom.
Shout out to Zoom for having already like Yeah, right, girl. Here you go.
Dude was like, "Oh, we know, we got you." She was like, "Don't worry, we'll help you out."
So I mean, I know like maybe my perspective on things is different from like other women, but I'm just
Yeah.
like, I understand when celebrities get things done because I'm like, that's how they make their money off their looks, But I'm like, but if you just like Brenda down the street, do you
Dropping off
really
babies,
need to
dropping
endanger
off
your
babies in the
life?
hospital. Yeah.
You know, like I feel okay. This is gonna sound like super misogynistic, and please do not cancel me.
Yep.
But I feel like, and I'm not saying always because I didn't
First
achieve
off,
this.
you think you're important enough to be canceled? So,
No,
go
well,
ahead.
they bringing the shit up. You're like, what she said, fucking 30 years ago
30 years ago.
when I was a baby.
Yeah.
But
No, you're talking about the future though.
yeah, but yeah, I'm saying not right now. I think TikTok, they crazy on there.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I'm not gonna say it because I was just like, what if?
Go ahead. No, you've already built up too much.
That's true. I feel like as a society, there you go. Let me word it correctly. As a society, we have certain goals for our own gender, right? Like we have like we're supposed to get married and we're supposed to have kids, right? Okay. I feel like if you already have your husband, have your kid, like why do you still have to follow these like pressures to like I gotta look a certain way, That's how I feel.
So you're saying like once we've like accomplished what we want, it's like just let ourselves go, whatever.
No, not let ourselves go, but I'm talking about like surgery, like obviously like health and like, exercise, go for it. Obviously, always that's. You. But I'm talking about like doing these crazy surgeries like a BBL where you're getting a nice body out of it, but I'm like I said, I don't know. Like I'm speaking of somebody who will never get something like that done. But I'm just like, if you already have that, like, is it really that important to get it done?
Well, again, it falls down to a mentality thing. Like some people are just like, well, if I've like quote unquote let myself go, which most times you're like, people are looking at like, what are you talking about? Like you look almost exactly the same as you did. They're like, no, I'm like you see right here, a little bit of there. They're like, what are you touching? My arm right here. You don't see that? Like, no, chick, I don't see what you're talking about. But they were like, well, if I feel like if I get this way, then my husband will no longer want me, or if I get this way, then I'll no longer be accepted as like a hot mom or like a hierarchy in society, whatever it may be, and
not you. They told me something about my son. I didn't mean to roll my eyes at you.
No, but so it's like I'm not paying attention. I'm still playing this game. So it's like they I can't see you at all. No, but it's like they you're welcome. But they it's all about the stuff that's going on there in their mind. Like it's their insecurities. It's the stuff that they don't like about themselves, and they're projecting on other people that they think it's fact. But it's like we're like I don't know or care what you're talking about. Like they make themselves the center of attention. It's like, well, everybody's talking about it. Talking about what? You didn't see that mole on my back that your shirt's always covering? No one saw that. What are you talking about? Like, they're like so insecure that that's what they think about. So they think other people must know or see or like know what's going on. Like, well, everybody's talking about it. I have to get it done. I have to get something changed. Like, do you know I'm 50? My boob sagged. Everybody's talking about it. Like, that's what's supposed to happen. Like they were never promised to be sky high for your entire life. That was never a thing that was going to happen.
Sky high, just have them move you.
That was never a thing. Like gravity definitely noticed you right away. Like it was that's how it works. You know what I mean? But people wanted they have, like I guess they have like a fear of their own mortality. Where it's like, well, this is happening means I'm getting older. If I'm getting older means I'm dying. Like, well, people die at birth. Like. Yeah, so it's just their mentality, where they are and how they look at stuff, look at life and all that makes them think that, oh well, if this happens, then nobody's gonna want me, or I'm dead, or I'm I'm just no good anymore, whatever. It's like that's just on you.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend. She was talking about like guys don't really like big girls. I go, have you been to Texas? We love a big girl in Texas. You must be in the wrong state, baby. Like it's and like I was like, but it's really you that's portraying this in your mind. Like yeah, some people might say that, but it's up to you to believe that. You know that's factual, that applies to you, or that it's like something that you can't change or can't control. Whatever. That's on you. But yeah, it's definitely a mentality thing.
Yeah, because I noticed, especially with the BBL, it's a lot of like changing their bodies to just be like this Coke bottle, ant's body, whatever you want to call it. That's what they said on the internet. I don't say that's not me. That's what they said. Okay.
Someone's like she looked like the queen ant from Ants. I died. I was like, I never thought about that. I go, not the queen from Ants.
So I mean, like I said, I am.
Or I said she looked like the ant from Robots with the big bumper in the back. Oh, yeah. Just swinging, just like just knocking things over. That's what that looked like. It's more like who is like, oh my gosh, look at that plastic sack of pillows. I love that. No, yeah. look at this sandbag. Who is like, no, it's weird.
Yeah, and like
I'm not important enough to like they're gonna do me anyway, so they can cancel me if they want to, but it's weird, bro.
Yeah, no, I that's what I think. Like with that type of thing, and women kind of put in pressure, because I'm like, now it's curvy. What if like the next 5 to 10 years, it's like everybody has to be like my
skinny
sister,
girl,
like my sister, now where it's just like super slim, athletic looking girl, you know?
Yeah, and I was like, I gotta change to look like that. No,
exactly. I mean, like trends will always come and go with women. There's always gonna be a different it girl. Nobody's used that reference in forever, but there's gonna be a different it girl every decade. There's no point, like that's why I feel like I'm like, I understand when it's celebrities because that's how they make their money, but as normal people, you know, as moms or as women, I'm like, is it really worth it to put yourself in danger, especially with this type of like surgery that's been like I think 1 in 3,000 patients die. If not,
the ones where like they go to get it cheaper.
Yeah, they go to get it cheaper, where it could be super dangerous for that person. I'm like, is it really worth your life to keep up with these body trends?
Beauty is pain. That's what they say.
I guess so. I mean, there was an influencer that actually died because of it, because she's
Who?
been I don't know her name.
Who?
Some influencer. I don't know her name.
Some influencer. Okay. I thought you said just some influencer. Okay.
But yeah, she died I think last year, because it was like her third like BBL, and she already had like exactly. I'm like, when is enough? And then they be getting pregnant right after, and I'll be like, she spent like 20 grand on this body,
huge,
just
huge. Like,
now you got this big ass and a big belly. That's how you look.
It doesn't match the thighs, and like it's like doesn't.
Oh my god. Okay, so I have a bigger bottom.
Fortunately,
I have a bigger bottom, and my biggest thing, like one of my biggest like insecurities, I mean, I don't care, but it's still like an insecurity, is that my legs look like fucking small, right, compared to like my butt. And I'm just I'm like, y'all don't see yourselves like that. Like, I was like, y'all don't see the weird like shelving of a butt. Like, it's not natural. Like, we can tell.
Like, it's funny because like there's some chicks you was talking about, I want to go big. I just got this like implant here, and I'm waiting till blah blah. I want like a big one. I was like, first off, where do y'all work?
Thank you. That's another fucking question. I'm like, how y'all making money?
First off, how you making money first? Then how do you keep taking all this time off from work? Who's paying for these things? Like, because these aren't like actual procedures that you need. So like they're not covered by insurance. So you're just like paying like thousands of dollars out of pocket. Where do you work?
Yeah.
I I don't want the procedures, but I want this job where I can just take off whatever I want, like, and like make thousands of dollars off, like, and that's away from rent, that's away from also, and it's not like they're out here buying like Walmart clothes. You're not, like, you get the new butt, you have to buy like $15,000 worth of, like, clothes that you get, like, that you wear once. So it's like, where
exactly.
do you work that you get?
That's exactly what I've been feeling. I was just like, I told Evie that. I was like, look, I'm like, I want to travel, I want to go out and travel. I'm like, let's come up with a plan to travel together. I'm like, because if these broke assholes be getting BBLs, us broke assholes can go and visit different cities. There's no.
Somewhere too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just like, no, if they can do it, we can do it. We gotta find a way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. It's like, do y'all all just have sugar daddies? You just like, yeah, we want women with your face, right? Or with like the biggest butt ever. The bigger. I don't get
having a big butt as a person with a big butt currently. It is not all fun.
You said currently, like you get about to get rid of it. For right now.
No, I love my butt, yeah. But it's not. I was just like, it's not that fun. I mean, it obviously it looks good in certain clothing, cool. But you be bumping into everything, and then you just look extra wide sometimes, and I'm just like, no, it's just not. It's not as great as people think. Like, there's a lot of things. I'm like, not everybody could be an owner of a big butt. Y'all ain't ready for big butt lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
It's triggering.
That's funny.
This BBL epidemic triggers me.
Triggered.
My sister's all like, you always say that. I'm like, because I'm always triggered. Something's always triggering me.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I gotta go because I gotta go work my job, and
you gotta make that money to get those implants and stuff, and
I gotta go travel. No, I'm not getting a BBL. I'm gonna go travel. Just gonna continue with a boob job like right here.
You gonna get the opposite of BBLs? Like, I need a reduction.
I don't think I would. I would be sad.
I would be too.
Oh my god.
Nah, but appreciate you having me on here. Like I said, go check me out, YouTube, all that stuff like that. Black Sheep Digital, Instagram, even on Facebook and TikTok. So
you have Facebook?
Yeah, I do have Facebook.
Oh yeah, that's right. I liked your page. Oops.
Yeah, thanks for remembering.
All right, let me hold on, Don.
All right, then.
Let me turn off this stream. Hold on, now time to deal with this. Oh wait, how do I do this?
I don't know.
Hold on. Okay, wait, I got it.